Hello, in this video I just want to talk about Secrets of the Vine Cancun, which is an all-inclusive adults-only resort located in the Cancun hotel zone in Mexico. And wow, what an experience this was a couple of years ago. I just want to give you a disclaimer that this was before 2020 when, as we know, some things have changed. So we did go there before the year 2020. I had an absolutely wonderful time. Again, this is not a guarantee that you're going to love this resort as much as I did. Secrets of the Vine Cancun. What is there to say? Well, an adults-only resort, which we went there. We went there prior to 2020, and at the time that we went, which is in winter, they actually had a large group of people that booked there, which doesn't really has no relevance to what I'm saying, except that the resort was very good, and because of that large group, and maybe they had a lot of large groups going in general because they like the resort. Again, did not impact me at all, but I just wanted to note that the resort actually had 94% capacity when we were there, which speaks to the quality of the resort, or also maybe speaks to the fact that it was winter and the resorts are generally more full in the wintertime, and it was great. It was a very popular resort at that time. Don't know if it still is, but obviously resorts right now, November 2020, have a lower occupancy than they might have had same time in 2019 for obvious reasons. Heated pools, again, all this is just, I'm talking about the time that we went. Things have changed. You just never know. Things can be different right now. They had heated pools, and even though the resort was mostly full, I didn't really feel that, except there are a lot of people at the restaurants, obviously. But other than that, it didn't really feel that full. The heated pools didn't really have that many people swimming, so the main pool, which was heated, not next to the swim up bar, we really just had a lot of space just to swim laps. And since the water in the ocean would have been very cold, it was great to just be able to swim around and not feel that the pool was very crowded. Also, there was no dinner buffet, but they did have a bunch of restaurants, which I enjoyed. And one thing that they had, which was great, was I think it was a 24-hour, I think it was 24 hours open. It was a coffee lounge where you can get coffee drinks, some kind of frozen little kind of coffee smoothie drinks, and some pastries and some sandwiches, which they could actually warm up for you. So we had a ham and cheese on a croissant every night. They would warm it up. We just take it to our room and eat it. It was really, really good with some lettuce. And so that definitely helped me from going hungry at night. The room, which we had a standard room, it was very clean. The building is not that old. I think the resort is not very old. It was opened, I think, in 2012, something like that, maybe. So building is very clean. Facilities look very, very well kept. The gym overlooking the pool is just beautiful. And the staff were all fantastic. A couple of times they had a buffet outside. They set up some kind of event. It was very windy, though. That's at that particular resort, Secrets of the Vine. It was very, very windy, which, again, nothing we really could do about that. The ocean, of course, which the resort can't control. That's just where they're located. Ocean is a bit turbulent. Also in front of many resorts of the Cancun hotel zone, the resort, the ocean has quite a lot of waves. At least it did at the time that we went a couple of years ago. So again, I can't really fault the resort for that, but it's just to note that if you really want to go to a calm beach, many of the hotels in front of the hotel zone don't necessarily have a calm beach. So but it doesn't matter. The water would have been cold anyways. We went in February a couple of years ago, and it was really, really, really a wonderful time. I did really like the buffet. This is just, again, totally subjective, but I really did like the buffet. I thought they had a good choice, and I did think that the facilities, again, just keep in mind this is a very small territory. This is kind of a high-rise type building. It's a large building for the Cancun hotel zone. Not for New York City, but for the Cancun hotel zone, yes. This is a kind of a high-rise little, very, very tiny skyscraper type building, and territory is not very big, which is fine. It's very easy to walk around. Not much greenery, not much to walk around, not many places to walk around, but that's okay, because they had a beautiful gym where you could exercise overlooking the ocean, so you could run on the treadmills facing the ocean, and that was quite an experience. And heated pools, and also that coffee lounge, which was open 24/7. I will say the one thing is that there were some employees near the lobby that they would sometimes ask you if you were interested in buying something, like resort coupons or vouchers. I mean, if you're interested in offering some services to you, and we just said no thanks. But it happened a couple of times. But I mean, honestly, it's okay because it's okay. I mean, it's okay if people try to sell things. We didn't feel like pressured or anything. We just said no thank you. And again, they had the buffets outside, which was a nice touch because it takes a lot of time and effort to set that up. They had a circus show over the pools, so we could watch while we were eating, and that was great. I did really like the staff very much. We played some pool volleyball. In our room, while it was not really an ocean view room, you could certainly see the ocean from our room, and you can see Hard Rock Hotel. We overlooked Hard Rock Hotel, which is next door. So it was a beautiful, beautiful room and a room view from the side of the building, not facing the ocean. And I really have no complaints. It was a pretty good deal that we got for February to go. Never been there before, but thought, oh well, heated pools sounds good. I had no expectations. I think that was the key, not to have any expectations, because I had been to another resort before that and I was a little bit let down. So I was thinking, okay, you know what, instead of thinking this is going to be the greatest resort ever based on reviews, I'm just going to have no expectations. I'm going to expect the worst. And it turned out we had a wonderful time. So I think that's part of the key when you're visiting an all-inclusive resort is don't just think about the best time you ever had and think that the place that you're going is going to that feeling is going to be replicated. It might not be replicated. So don't just think that every vacation is going to be super awesome and you're just going to have a really, really just have a blast, because that might set you up for some disappointment if something goes wrong. So that's the best thing, is just to think, well, you know what? If I have a good time, that would be great, but I think it's just going to be okay. Just kind of get yourself that mentality that things can go wrong. And I think the problem is that, like, the time before that we went on vacation, we were just expecting everything to be perfect the way it was at other resorts we went to, and it just wasn't. And that happens sometimes. You're a little bit disappointed. But the disappointment might stem from the fact that the resort that you went to was lacking something that a previous resort did have. So when you're doing research, I just find that it's important to don't just look at reviews of people saying they had the best time and were treated like royalty, right? In subjective words like it was amazing, everything was amazing, everything was amazing. That doesn't mean anything to you personally. Everyone's different. It's just natural. We're all different. We have different preferences. So just think about when you went to a resort that you enjoyed, what did you like? Did you like that it had a large territory where you could take lots of walks, lots of greenery, trees, just close your eyes, just feel that you're just in the middle of nature? Do you like that, large territory? Do you like large pools? Did you like a beach that's very calm? And do you like to spend a lot of time in the beach, just standing around in the water, just feeling the waves? Did you like that you could get food any time of the day? Then maybe go to some place where they have a 24-hour snack bar. Did you like getting coffee in the morning? Maybe go to a place that has a coffee lounge where you can have pastries and some kind of blended drinks, maybe milkshakes. Did you like having a buffet at night as opposed to spending an hour and a half, 2 hours in a restaurant at night? Maybe because of a lot of adults-only resorts just have restaurants at night, no buffet, and you didn't feel like ordering room service, then go to a family resort maybe that has a buffet at night, so you could be in and out in 30 minutes. Did you like a resort where you could swim in the pools until 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock and just be by yourself in the pools and just relax in the cool night air? Well, then go to a resort that has large pools and maybe a resort that lets you swim until 8 o'clock before they kick you out. So just think about that. Make a list of what you like, and just based on your budget, just make a list of resorts and just systematically spend the time to just read the reviews. Maybe go on the forums, like TripAdvisor forums, see if anyone is saying anything about your resort that you're considering. Maybe go to some Facebook groups. If you have a Facebook account, you can join some groups and see what people are saying about some resorts. But also just keep in mind that you don't necessarily want to go off of the opinions of just a few people, right? If someone says, oh, this resort is the best, I went 10 times. Well, you really want to just ask around, because if someone's only been going to one resort for the last few years, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're the most objective person to ask about that. And that's okay, because again, everyone has different preferences. I mean, if someone really likes a place, doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to love it as much as they do. And just think about that. The resort might not have certain things that you really, really want. Maybe you don't even realize you want it, but that's the best way to prevent yourself from being set up for disappointment, is to think about little things that you really enjoy about those resorts that you've been to, and then just target those resorts that maybe have something similar. So that's all it is, really. It's It's about doing your research, and there's no way around spending a few hours, at least a few hours, to think about what resorts you want to go to and do they have what you are looking for. And just remember that there might always be the chance that you're disappointed a little bit, and nothing's going to be perfect, but sometimes it is perfect, and that's why we have these great vacations that we just look back on and why we want to go again and again and again. For example, the Cancun and Riviera Maya, which I really, really like. And in this case, we're talking about Secrets of the Vine, an adults-only resort, which is relatively new, opened, I think, 8 years ago, and has heated pools and great restaurants, in my personal opinion. It's my personal opinion. I liked it a lot, and hopefully maybe eventually we'll be back in the winter when it's cold, and we'll have those heated pools to rely on. So this is not a guarantee that you'll enjoy Secrets of the Vine as much as I did. Maybe things have changed in 2020. I don't know. We went a couple of years ago, and I really liked it. So that's all I have to say about this resort, and thank you for watching, and have a nice day.